In today's video, we're going to talk about the influence of Christianity on the demise of the Western Roman Empire, an inconvenient truth that has been disguised for centuries under the narrative of faith and redemption. But today, little spectator of limited understanding and submissive spirit, we will tear the veil of history so that you can contemplate what really happened. It was not the invasion of the barbarians, it was not the corruption of the senators or the decadence of the emperors that brought down the greatness of Rome. It was an idea, a dogma, a poison that spread slowly, weakening the heart of the empire until it stopped beating. Rome, the eternal, the conqueror of worlds, was not defeated on a glorious battlefield, but in the temples and in the minds of its citizens. Dear time travelers and lovers of eternal stories, I am Messalina, and I have a little secret for you. The gods reward those who support their favorite storytellers. If this corner of myths, legends and mysteries has sparked your curiosity, I invite you to follow my channel and activate the bell so you don't miss a single trip through time. And if you want this legacy to grow and continue exploring together the greatness of Rome and beyond, you can leave your offering on PayPal or Patreon. The links are in the description, because even the gods know that any help allows for the forging of eternal works. I promise you that if you do, the gods will bring you peace, prosperity, and perhaps a little touch of fate. Your gestures do not go unnoticed, and my gratitude will be as infinite as time itself. For centuries, Rome had ruled with iron and fire, certain that it was its destiny to rule the world. But when the emperors exchanged the banners of the eagle for the cross, when they stopped believing in strength and embraced submission, the empire ceased to exist, although its walls would continue to stand for a while longer. The fall of Rome was not immediate, nor was it evident at the time. Like a poisoned body, the empire still walked, still spoke, but it was already dead inside. The barbarians did not destroy Rome. They found it already dying. And Christianity, that cult of humility and meekness, was the virus that left it defenseless. Now, let's get into the real art of power, because Rome didn't fall simply because a new religion appeared. No. It fell because it forgot one of the 48 most important laws of power: protect your power with tooth and claw, never give it away under the illusion of peace. Rome forgot that power is not a right, but a possession. That it is not enough to have conquered, one must continue conquering. That when a ruler is no longer feared, he ceases to be a ruler. That when an empire ceases to impose its will, it ceases to be an empire. Let's look at the case of Constantine, the man who changed the destiny of Rome forever. Constantine the Great, shrewd and calculating, understood something that few leaders before him had understood: weapons conquer lands, but ideas conquer minds. And he, in his endless ambition, decided that if he could not defeat Christianity, he would make it his tool. With the Edict of Milan in 313 AD, he legalized the Christian faith, and with the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, he shaped it to suit him. He converted not out of devotion, but because he understood that faith could unify his empire better than the sword. But this is where Constantine, in his greatness, made a fatal mistake. He thought he could tame faith, make it his ally, turn it into an instrument of power. But faith is not a weapon to be wielded without consequence. Christianity grew beyond his control. And when the emperors who followed him embraced religion not as a strategy but as a doctrine, Rome ceased to be Rome. Theodosius I, the emperor who destroyed pagan Rome. If Constantine opened the door, Theodosius closed it and locked it. In 380 AD, with the Edict of Thessalonica, he declared Christianity the sole official religion of the empire. With this, the old Rome, that of the warrior gods, that of the iron-willed Caesars, ceased to exist. The temples of Jupiter and Mars were closed. Sacrifices to the gods were forbidden. The old religion of Rome, the one that had forged its conquerors, was exterminated. The Romans, who for centuries had believed in their own power, in their divine destiny to rule, now saw themselves as servants of a God who asked them to renounce ambition. Christianity weakened Rome in three fundamental ways. It drained the will to fight. Before, a Roman soldier fought because he knew that when he died he would be remembered, because his name would live on in history, because glory was eternal. But Christianity preached that this world did not matter, that the true reward was in heaven. Why fight for Rome if the true kingdom was in the afterlife? It destroyed the Roman identity. Rome was not just an empire, it was a culture, a spirit, a worldview based on greatness. But when the emperors began to submit to the bishops, when they stopped being the masters of their own destiny and became mere administrators of the church, Rome ceased to be an empire and became a political corpse. It divided the empire. While ancient Rome was united under a common identity, Christianity created factions, heresies, endless religious disputes. While the barbarians strengthened their armies, Rome argued about the nature of Christ. And here comes the real lesson, which applies not only to empires, but to anyone who aspires to power in this world: never give up your dominion under the promise of a just cause. In life, there will always be someone who will tell you to give up your position for the good of all. That you should share your power, that you should be generous, that you should be humble. That power is evil and that you should use it in moderation. Lie. Power is not for sharing. Power is for exercising. The man who gives up his authority to please others is a condemned man. The company that gives up its market position in the name of justice is signing itself into bankruptcy. Rome believed it could be strong and pious at the same time. It believed it could be the greatest empire in the world while kneeling before the priests. And that's why it ceased to exist. But beware, O poor beholder, for this lesson is also a double-edged sword. If you choose to cling to power without intelligence, if you are not cunning enough, you will become a visionless tyrant, and sooner or later, someone else will take away from you what you believe belongs to you. The true master of power knows when to be ruthless and when to be subtle. He knows that authority must not be given up, but that it must not be exercised unchecked either. The art of dominance is the perfect combination of strength and cunning. Rome fell because it forgot this truth. It believed that it could stand on faith, when the only true pillar of an empire is the will to power. And you, poor devil who still doubts, who still believes that history is written by the righteous and not by the cunning, will you dare to remain in ignorance? Or will you take what is rightfully yours? History does not remember those who begged, but those who took what they wanted. Power is not begged for, it is taken. If you have endured this lesson without your plebeian mind crumbling, then maybe, just maybe, there is hope for you. Subscribe, for we speak not to the weak here, but to those with the ambition to understand how empires are made and destroyed. If you don't, you will remain like Rome in its last gasp, a specter of what was once great.